Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, I'm making this video in a response to a Hassan Campbell video. He did a video with Wild Bill, who they was just talking about prison or whatever. You know, it was very good video. You know what I'm saying? Very informative and all that. Um, I like Hassan Campbell and the people he bring on this show. They always seem like stand-up type of guys, the type of guys I'd be around. I just wanted to respond to because Wild Bill was talking about Big Sandy and me. I'm from DC. You know what I'm saying? I was in Big Sandy from 2007 to 2009. I'm 40 now, so that lets you know I started early. Like, I caught a armed robbery charge when I was 17. I did 4 years for that, and then I think I was like 24. You know, and I came home. Well, I was 21 when I came home, but by the time I was 24, I had got locked up again for a gun charge, and because I wasn't doing nothing, just got jumped out on, tried to run, couldn't get away, and I had a big 4-4 on me. And because I was already a convicted felon, the gun charge, which would have been a misdemeanor, ended up being a felony. So I ended up having 2 felonies. So I've been to Big Sandy. I've been to where I started off, of course, in juvenile, went to Oak Hill, went to Boys Village. Then at 17, caught my charge. I went to DC jail. I was on the juvenile block. From there, I went to Shelby Training Center in Memphis, Tennessee. I was still 17, and I got put out of that junk after a couple of years. We had a prison riot or fight or war, whatever you want to call it, with the DC dudes and the COs. And they put us out that motherfucker. It was only 5 of us. They put 4 of us out of there. And then I went to FCI Memphis, which was a medium. And then after that, it was all penitentiaries. I was at Atlanta, USP holdover, Oklahoma City holdover. I did probably like a few 5 months at I had a 10-month sentence for non-compliance of parole. Did 5 months over to jail. They sent me out to penitentiary with 5 months left on my sentence. Sent me to USP McCreary in Kentucky. And then I went to, in 2007, I went to Big Sandy. And yeah, everything he's saying, man. Like, I made videos about my experience in Big Sandy. If you look at my YouTube videos, I got a couple of videos talk about my experience being over at DC jail as a juvenile and my experience being over Big Sandy. And also, Big Sandy also changed my life. Because once I got there and after doing my time in there, I realized, because I was a wild dude, I thought I was the hardest person walking. And what I realized in Big Sandy was, Slim, you can have 2 weeks left on your sentence and some shit pop off and you turn that 2 weeks into 10 years because you had to stab a nigga up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you got 2 weeks left in your sentence and somebody stab you up and kill you. Or, like Wild Bill was saying, you go in that rec yard, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen the smoke bombs he was talking about, but I had numerous experiences on that rec yard where, people get the wrecking, people get the pushing them knives or whatever. And they used to, when I was there, it wasn't no smoke bombs or nothing. They used, or maybe they did. I can't remember that. But I remember they used to give you 2 warning shots in Big Sandy. And they fire them warning shots so fast, it's like one shot. It ain't like boom, get down when the alarms go off and boom. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Them alarms going off and they give you 2 warning shots, boom. And that's your warning. And if you don't get down and you still trying to get your man, yeah, they train to aim center mass just like law enforcement. They gonna shoot you in your chest. They gonna shoot you in your torso. And yeah, people were dying. You know what I'm saying? People was dying up Big Sandy, man. DC niggas was dying up. Motherfuckers was dying. Some people was getting shot You know what I'm saying? The helicopter come get you and shit. And some people was making it. But some people was dying, and to get shot in prison, you know what I'm saying? You locked up in the feds, you in a penitentiary, you still gotta worry about bullets. Yeah, that shit made me change my life, bro. Like, it shit just ain't for me, man. But what I wanted to say is, when it come to DC and New York, that's personal. Between, if you a New York person and you feel as though it's tension between New York and DC, or if you a DC person and you feel as though it's tension between DC and New York, that's just you. It's just you. I promise you, man. It's no tensions in the feds between DC and New York at all. If I never been around a New York dude out the feds and I felt nervous, like, oh shit, we might get into it with, never, ever. You know what I'm saying? So if people walking on eggshells around each other, that's just cause they nervous for whatever reason, whether it was shit that they did in the past or you just a scared motherfucker. Because out of the 7.5 years I did, when I was in Big Sandy, right before I got to Big Sandy, the DC dudes, my homies, got into it with the Gangsta Disciples. And one of the main leaders, one of the main niggas that was up there, you know, he got stabbed up real good and almost died. And them Gangsta Disciples lost that beef with the DC dudes. They got fucked up on that compound. So what they did was they took all the Gangsta Disciples off the compound. And then when people was coming to Big Sandy, they getting off the bus, you know, they asking you where you from, what your affiliations and all that. If you said you was a GD, they was putting you in a hole and you was staying there until they found another facility for you. And that's just what it was. Never. I mean, when I was in Memphis, we got into it with Crips, Bloods, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stone, everything. You know what I'm saying? I hear about the old heads, dudes older than me, that got into it with the skinheads back in the day. It was the DC and Aryan Nation beef where a few DC dudes got killed. A lot of them white boys was getting touched up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like we done beef with everybody. And I'm pretty sure in the penitentiary, you know, it's been New York and DC beefs where they probably done got into it with each other or some individual shit or whatever. But when you out the feds, man, nobody is thinking like, oh, we beefing with it's no tension between New York and DC, man. It might be tension between individuals, but we don't have no beef with New York, man. You know what I'm saying? We all East Coast. I know we on the borderline of the Mason-Dixon, and y'all might consider us the South, but we don't consider ourselves the South. If you look on the map, DC is smack middle of the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, New York is like the epitome of the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all East Coast. If we was out California, out the feds in the penitentiary, and it's a DC and New York dude, I guarantee you they'll probably be rolling with each other because you from the East Coast. And that's just what it is. It ain't no tensions with us. You know what I'm saying? We do not blame the whole New York for what Alpo did. Alpo was an individual. And honestly, I think it's more people mad at Wayne Purry for the Alpo shit than they is at any New York motherfucker. Because Wayne Purry protected Alpo. It was many of DC dudes that wanted to touch Alpo, and Wayne Purry protected them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it ain't, we not mad at I mean, like I said, it might be individuals. You know what I'm saying? It's probably some certain DC dudes, because even when New York dudes was getting money back in the day, that's before my time. I was small when that was happening. Even when they was getting bread back then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you always gonna have dudes that be like, man, I'm out of town. I mean, you know, DC is a very prideful city. Definitely my generation and older. You know what I'm saying? That's why when DC dudes are out the feds, we roll together. It ain't no gang shit, Bloods, Crip, none of that. Nigga, you from the DMV, or then you with us. As long as you ain't hacked and doing no Bama shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as you when it's time for some drama to pop off, you gonna roll and stand 10 toes down, then we gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But dudes be very territorial, so I'm pretty sure it was even back when them New York niggas was getting money in the city, that it was probably dudes that was like, man, fuck them out of town niggas and all that. And that's why it was so much gunplay and it was so many people getting killed. So many New York niggas lost their life in DC. So many DC niggas lost their lives behind a New York nigga. You know what I'm saying? But all them motherfuckers was getting rich together. Motherfuckers was getting millions of dollars. Like, it ain't no tension, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's always competition. It's not tension, it's competition. Because y'all niggas arrogant as fuck. You know what I'm saying? New York niggas arrogant. Y'all think y'all the flies, which is cool. And DC niggas feel the same way. We arrogant, we think we the flies. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, that's just what it is, man. It ain't no tension with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But, everybody individual experiences are their experiences. So Wild Bill probably felt that way, and it probably was a good reason for him to feel that way. But as a DC dude, man, we don't have no problem with New York, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no problem with New York. Not now with the feds. Not like how, like I said, when we got into it with them GDs, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was before I came, but while I was there, a GD couldn't come on that compound at all. They couldn't. It would have been problems. They would have got fucked up. Niggas probably would have robbed them and all that shit. You can't. And yeah, you can't be no hatting. You can't be a snitch nigga from DC and be in a penitentiary. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fuck you up. And even if, like, say you a cool nigga that everybody fuck with, you know, you somebody that people think is real official, and then they find out, man, this nigga hacked. That shit, people gonna be hurt by the fact that it's gonna hurt people's heart, man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna hurt people. And, you know, a person, because they love you, might not wanna fuck you up. But you're not gonna be on that compound. You're gonna have to check in. Just like that. But if you a nigga that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't no official nigga, and dudes don't really fuck with you, or, you know, a lot of the times, they know your information when you get off that bus. I mean, they know who going to get off the bus before the bus pull up. You know what I'm saying? Prison crazy and shit. They be already knowing who going to get off the bus and all that. They already know, oh, such and such. Prison talks, man. You know what I'm saying? Information go from prison to prison. Like, that shit happens. So, you know what I'm saying? You might get off the bus and people will bait you in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, homie? You good? You need something? You know, give you your little soap and toothpaste until you make commissary. Oh, yeah, man, I got some money. Let me check my account, see if my money followed me from the holdover. Oh, yeah, it's on there. I'm going to commissary tomorrow. Cool, bro. You know, yeah. Let you go to commissary, you come back, and this is stuff that I witnessed. This was stuff that I was part of. You know, you come from commissary with that bag. You know, you go on your cell. Next thing you know, you got 4 or 5 homies running up in your cell and they beating the fuck out you. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to run up out that cell, it's hard, you can't get out there, then you finally make it about the cell. Hey, you run into that CO office. Now you can't be on the unit, all your commissary gone. Your eye black, your nose busted, your mouth leaking, you know what I'm saying? Your head knotted up, and now you gotta check in. That's how that shit work. You can't be no snitch nigga and be from DC and be in a penitentiary. It's not gonna work. But all right, man, yeah, once again, man, I definitely fussed with Hassan Campbell, man. Good, hey, that was a good video. That was a good video, man. Good video, man. Much love to Wild Bill, man. You seem like a real stand-up guy, man. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no tensions here, Holmes. Yeah, I'm in DC right now, bro. You know, and look, that's DC jail right there. I work right across the street from that motherfucker. That's DC jail right there. I was in that motherfucker when I was 17. That was my first, I mean, I've been in there a few times, but that was my first time in that junk. And they built these luxury ass apartments. These apartments only been open for like 3 years. They built these luxury ass apartments right across the street from the jail. You know what I'm saying? DC for you, baby. That's the old DC General. No, that shit closed. Oh, you can't see RFK from right here, but yeah. But all right, y'all.